Welcome into the Unwritten Rule Podcast, your number one stop shop for all sports and media news. I'm your host, Bonzi. Today I will be recapping the OU versus Tulane game. I was in attendance at this game. This game was pretty good, but it should have never been good like this. I wish it was a different type of football game. I wish we had more points. I wish, you know, our offense looks much better. But we won the game, and that's all that matters. Um, Please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more content. But first off, I want to give a hats off to Tulane. Tulane, John Summerall, you came out there with a good game plan for offense and defense. Your offense wasn't good at the beginning because your quarterback just wasn't able to make the throws that he was able to last week against K-State. Maybe he's just not that good on the road. Who knows? But he's young. Um, but I see potential in that quarterback, Mensa. Also, it was nice seeing Mario Williams out there. He was having a little fun. It was pretty good. It was nice seeing him chat, talk to people that he used to play with. I also like Tulane's defense. Tulane's defense came out there. They played good. Um, Arguably, I mean, the defense is very good for Tulane. If you're able to keep Oklahoma 21-6 at halftime, and then still be able to get stops in the second half, it's pretty crazy. So I do like that. Let's get into the offense. The offense, my only problem on the offensive line, starting off on that group, I don't think the right tackle is that good. I wish that he would play a little better, but he's going to be able to do some stuff. I think he'll be okay as the season goes along. Also, the left guard, he didn't look too good. We'll have to figure him out a little more. But I just think they may have to rotate different sides. I don't think those two should be next to each other at all. The left guard and the right tackle should not be next by any. But I think you just have to figure that out. It was a couple times that the right tackle kept getting pushed. He didn't have any force, to propel the guy from pushing him backwards when Arnold is trying to throw a little short screen or something like that, and Arnold is throwing it low because he's trying to dink it over the right tackle and the DN that's pushing the right tackle back. So there's a couple times I seen that. But let's get into quarterback play. The quarterback play, like I said, I felt like Seth Luttrell was going to have to figure out a way to put some rhythm together for Arnold. If you saw that the way those passes were, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Not jacking Arnold or anything. I like Arnold. But if you look at what that was, that's simply like a 7-on-7 type game plan we came with in the passing game. It was very just dinky throws. You've seen that type of stuff in high school. If you guys go to high school football games, if your kids are in high school football games, you can't tell me that game plan that we came up with was more extravagant than a high school play caller. It just worked pretty good. And it did build some rhythm. He was able to use his legs. When he's able to use his legs, he's a very good player. And like I said, when he uses his legs, he's running at the right time. And he usually doesn't get hit, doesn't even get touched. But when we try to do the power running for him, that doesn't look too great. But whenever a play breaks down and it's time for him to run, he does good in that regard. So he was a little off on throws down the field. We had no big plays aside from him throwing the ball probably like 15 yards and somebody trying to catch it and run up the field a little bit. But we had no big plays. And that's what I was worried about at the beginning of the game. Even though OU was looking like the better team at the beginning and they were playing some pretty clean football, I still felt like Tulane had a chance to come back. It just never felt like the game was ever too far out of their reach. And the reason I said that is because we can't make any big plays. And I was just like, man, everything we're doing is short. Even with the runs, no big runs, just short. We have no way of getting a big play in the passing game. That's horrible. That's horrible. So that's why I said it just felt like a high school game plan because you're not throwing anything downfield. And the times that we did try to throw downfield, the throws were off. And I can't blame Seth Luttrell on that. And also, man, we're calling some bad plays, Seth Luttrell, though. On the back end, it's third down. It's like 3rd and 9. We need a first down. We already had a bull crap false start, so I think it made it like 3rd and 13. But we needed the first down. Man, they're in man coverage across the board. Man coverage. So if you don't know what man coverage is, let me tell you this. I don't know where you're going. You're a step ahead of me. No matter where you go, you're going to be a step ahead of me. You have to be. I don't know where you're going. I'm playing backwards as a DB, and then you're running forward at me. I don't know where you're going. So it's like, come on, man. That means somebody has to be open, at least. At least. But we're calling a weak route tree. Like, come on, man. We're doing slants. We're doing slants on 3rd and 13. Not even trying to get in field goal range, but we're doing slants on 3rd and 13 in man coverage. They're in man coverage across the board. You could have did a post. You could have did a corner. You could have did a go route. You could have did anything. We didn't think at all to do anything different. So I'm worried about Seth Littrell, especially next week. But I'll get into that in my next episode. So if you do choose to come back, you'll have something to look for. But moving on from Arnold, and I'll give Arnold probably like a B-. He did throw the interception that almost cost us the game. But I'm gonna give Arnold like a B-. He's getting better though. And I do see some potential in him. I'm not saying that he's gonna get benched or anything like that. I don't even know why fans are talking about that. What did you expect? It's a first-year play caller. Baker Mayfield had one of the greatest play callers you can think of. He had two of the greatest play callers you can think of. I don't want to give too much boast about Cliff Kingsbury, but he is a good offensive play caller. And then you had Kyler Murray with a great play caller. Like, Arnold is the only one that didn't have a great play caller. I mean, Levy was a pretty good play caller for Gabriel, but they've been with each other for years. So we don't even know how Levy and Arnold would have actually played out. But yeah, I just think it's it's just a play calling thing right now. That's why it's looking like that. Yeah, you can blame the offensive line or whatever, but it's really just a play calling thing. We don't know what our bread and butter is yet. We don't know if it's the run. We don't know if it's the pass. We don't know what it is. That's bad. When you don't know what your bread and butter is, you're melted. I'm going to tell you that. You're melted. Tennessee can arguably put up 20 points up on it, and it's not even going to be because of the defense. Like, they could beat us by 20, I'm saying. And it wouldn't even be because of the defense. It's really because the offense can't put anything together, and their game plan is very mediocre. So we can't go back, we can't go back next week going in with this game plan that we just had against Tulane. That is not going to work. And the previous game plan before that, that is not going to work. We need to find a way to get that Arizona offense. I mean, that Arizona game plan that we had in the bowl game last year. We need to figure out a way to get that together, because what we got right now, it ain't looking like that. Even though that he did throw the interceptions in that game, it still ain't looking. But the running backs, Lord, I pray. Man, DeMarco Murray. I love DeMarco Murray as a player. I love him as a person too. I mean, man, DeMarco Murray, one of my favorite, probably my favorite Oklahoma player. But man, as a coach with these running backs the past 2 seasons, I just been having a huge problem with it. I can't do it, Marco. You need to figure out who the starter is, and you need to figure out who the second guy is, and we need to figure that out now. Like, you did that last year with Walker and Marcus Major, and then you had Sawchuk, and ended up being Sawchuk at the end that we finally go with, because Sawchuk was really the better running back. I mean, Walker was great for the ground and pound. He was a real dynamic ground and pound runner, and he was able to move swiftly. He kind of reminded me of a P. Ryan a little bit. But with that going on, and then you come back the next season doing that same stuff. Now we got Tatum. Now we got Sawchuk. Now we got Barnes. We just need to figure out the 2 running back. I just need the starter. That's all I need. I don't need to see everybody else. Like, we just need to figure that out very fast. Please, just figure that out. But like I said, I don't think Barnes is that type of running back that should be a starting running back. I feel like he's a threat in the passing game. I understand he dropped a little dinky screen pass last week, and all the fans were crying about that in the stadium yesterday. But you know, it's not like that. It's not like that. Please. And then for the receivers, there's no speeds. It was nice to see Raggins in, number 81 in there. I believe he actually runs like 4.2. I believe they clocked him at that in high school. I don't know if it was official or not, but the boy looks, if you look at his high school tapes, yeah, he definitely runs a 4.2. He's a very speedy guy. Do I think he's an outside receiver? No. I think he's a slot. So we're going to have to figure that out. But we'll figure that out hopefully whenever Nick Anderson is able to come back. But I don't think the passing game will be any better just because Nick Anderson is coming back either. And Andrew Anthony, I've heard him talking about it, but I don't know if he's still hurt or whatever. So I got to look into the update on Andrew Anthony. Moving on to the defense, secondary. Same thing with DeMarco Murray, man. Can we, Jay Valet, can we just figure out who starts and who doesn't at corner? I seen Rudy Washington on and off the field. I see number 4 on and off the field. I see Connie Walker off the field. I seen Johnson coming in and out. Like, do you understand that we are in the SEC? You are not going to be able to do that. The only groups that rotate in football, period, is the defensive line and the receivers. That's the only group that really rotates like that. This is not basketball. You don't rotate defensive players like that. We need to stop doing that. I don't know where they got that from. Please stop doing that. You haven't seen Georgia do that. You haven't seen Bama do that. You haven't seen Iowa do that. I don't know where we got that stuff from, but we was doing that mess with Alex Grinch. Quit bringing the Alex Grinch methods here. We need those gone. Jay Valet, you used to coach at Alabama. Nick Saban didn't teach you that. What is going on? Quit rotating these corners. Let them build their confidence. You just got a guy that's all hyped up. He probably made a play. He was just in the game, and then 5 plays later, he ain't even in. Now he's back on the bench cold. Build some rhythm, build some confidence. We need somebody who's going to be able to guard a number 1 receiver. How are we going to know that when you're just rotating guys in and out? Can you guys tell me any of the cornerbacks that can guard a number 1 receiver? I just want to know. Because you haven't seen it. There's not one cornerback that we know right now that can guard a number 1 receiver. We can assume probably, but we do not definitively know that this person can guard a number 1 receiver. We don't know that. It's bad. So we need to get that fixed. That DeMarco Murray running back stuff and this cornerback stuff with Jay Valet, y'all need to fix that immediately. Moving on from that. Defense played great. Defensive line held up great. Linebackers played great. Safeties played great. I mean, what more could you ask for? Yeah, when the offense ain't putting stuff together, looking like trash, and the defense got to keep going out on the field, this is what you get. This is that product. And luckily, this offensive coordinator on the other team, and then the quarterback on Tulane, Mensa, luckily they couldn't make anything work. They were running the same plays. Nothing really changed. They were doing the play action. They were doing the run to the outside. They weren't doing anything different than what they were doing in the first half. They just finally started completing it. The quarterback finally got on target. It was the same stuff. Nothing was special. Oh, you did what they were doing at the beginning of the game to the end of the game, defensive. So I don't have any critique on that. My problem is we're going against a team that's going to throw the ball next week. And if you don't know who your cornerback is, everything's going to go bad. That's all I'm saying. Everything's going to go bad. If you don't know who your cornerback is, you're done. Everything's going to go bad. Everything is going to go bad. Heupel has a game plan. And the way we look with our, we haven't been had any issues in the secondary yet because we haven't been against any teams that throw the ball for real. Yeah, Houston was doing the short passing game, but the short passing game only goes so far. You see how many points they put up against the defense? That's not going to be our problem. Our problem is going to be who can prevent the deep plays. We haven't been against a team that has really made deep plays on us yet. So we're going to have to figure that out, I guess, in the game next week against Tennessee. I guess that's when we'll finally figure it out. Hopefully they understand that going into practice this week.